I mean, I've been able to do some amazing things, but you got to work with Carol Burnett? Like, what
I
was
did.
that like?
So that was my first job. So when I got
Your
the
first job?
Well, not
First job.
I mean, I did other things like insulated houses and you know. But my first acting gig was straight out of grad school with Carol Burnett over at Disney, not too far away from here, and we did a sketch comedy series called Carol and Company.
Oh my God.
She was fantastic, fantastic first boss, and the show was called Carol and Company. And the first day for the table read, she came wearing a shirt that said that the cast members were Terry Kaiser, Richard Kind, Megan Faye, Anita Barone, and myself.
Oh my God.
And so instead of Carol and Company, she had a T-shirt printed up that said Terry, Richard, Megan, Anita, Peter, and Company.
That is lovely.
Yeah, she's very cool. Fantastic first boss to have in the biz.
A first boss. I gotta ask, were you nervous to work with someone like that?
I was a little bit, there she is right there. I was a little bit nervous to work with her at the time, but she's incredibly disarming and so funny and so generous. And again, I couldn't have wished for a better first entry into the TV business. And my parents, of course, knew Carol Burnett, from television, so they suddenly thought that everything was okay. And I took my dad out to lunch.
I mean, you had to get cool points for that.
I paid for lunch, and he said, well, this is different.
So,
once I started making some money, he was okay.
You've been starring in the hit show 911 for 8 seasons.
Yep.
I want to be like you.
Yep.
And I love Miss Angela Bassett. She is amazing. What is it like working with her? You get to play her husband, huh?
She is fantastic. Yeah, I have been working with Angela now for 8 seasons.
8 seasons.
And we've been married for 7 of them. Very successful relationship in Hollywood. No, she's a blast to work with. I think that people don't give her enough credit for how funny she is.
Yes.
But she is such a warm individual and so on top of it. I mean, she's a real pro, and I'm very fortunate to get to work with her. It's been a fantastic 8 years.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
She got to play my mom, so I got a little taste of it. I didn't get a whole 8 years, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, well, she did say give my love to my little darling, so.
I love you, Angela. Come back and see us at the happy place, okay?
Yeah.
All right, since you starred in 911, I thought you could give us the 411. And I'll ask you some life questions.
Okay.
And then you fill us in,
okay.
all right?
Well, we'll see.
Okay, Peter, let's see. Where's the weirdest place a fan has recognized you?
Okay, well, I was at a Dodgers game. And...
Y'all can give it up.
Yeah. And I walked into the restroom.
It is a weird place.
And he turned around from where he was and said, oh my God! And he held out his hand. And I said,
that can happen.
we're not shaking hands.
How do you get out of that?
But I was just like, I'm like, good, nice to meet you.
Nice
good
to meet
see
you.
you too. But like,
that is hilarious.
Meeting people in the restroom is not ideal.
Okay, I love that. Okay, emergency situation.
Yeah.
You're stuck in an elevator with one person. Who would you want it to be?
Easy, Angela Bassett.
Come on, Angela Bassett.
As if there's
Good
an
answer.
emergency,
You're a good TV husband.
we'll get out of there.
You'll get out of it, okay?
Yeah.
Do you ever fall asleep on sets? What's your favorite place to take a nap?
I mean,
Sleeping on
I
the job.
certainly have fallen asleep on set. I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, God. Yeah,
He sleep here.
Yeah, that's the work of Kenneth Choi right there. Oh, boy. Yeah, looking real good. Oh, God.
That's a good nap.
That was a little...
That's a good nap.
A little nap quiver there. Yeah.
Let's see. You play a first responder. Have you ever needed a first responder in your own life?
There was a time I was filming a miniseries in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I grew very fond of the green chili cheeseburgers I could get at Wendy's. And so
Where's this going?
I know, right? I'd flown back to LA Anyway, I got a couple of green chili cheeseburgers, and I was eating them very quickly because I was hungry, and I started to choke. Like I couldn't breathe. Like I couldn't. Air wasn't going down my airway. So I thought I was alone in my hotel room.
No. What did you do?
I basically performed the Heimlich on myself.
Really?
Did the thing and did over the counter, and it worked.
Well, thank God.
I first responded myself.
Yes, you better give me 5 for that. He first responded himself. Ooh, this is a good one. And 6 feet under.
Yeah.
Were the bodies in the funeral home real people or dummies?
Sometimes they were actors. Sometimes they were latex, molds or whatever. Like they had to do. If you haven't seen the show, this is a spoiler alert. They did have to do a cast of my head and my body for a scene where I had to be looking at myself.
Did that creep you out?
So it did, yes.